Hey, what's up, everybody? So today we're gonna go into a deep dive into one of the holdings that I personally have on a leap stock or a leap option for a stock, and just want to dive really deep into it, take a look at various fundamentals, charts, and all that, and then I want to take a look at OptionStrat afterwards to see what the leap option will look like, and at what range would you begin to profit, and so on and so forth. Okay, so if you like this content, if you want me to go deeper into individual companies, if you want me to research any companies that you have, feel free to comment below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and without further ado, okay, so one of the holdings I have in my portfolio right now in a leap option. Okay, again, just as a refresher, leap option is simply a call option that is over a year out. Okay, and usually it's deep in the money, so that the stock only has to go up a little bit for you to make profit. I've talked about this in so many of my other videos, so just check them out in the links below. But we'll also take a look at, again, option strat and what that looks like. But before I do that, let's take a look at the fundamentals for Camping World Holdings. Okay, so Camping World Holdings is making a lot of money this year. Okay, just taking a look at some of the financials right now. The total revenue to date is growing at a very steady rate from about 5 million in 2019 to almost 5.5 million in 2020. And this year to date, it is at 6.7 million. Okay, so their gross profit has increased, okay, by almost almost $1 million. Their operating income has increased, but that's because they're making a lot more money. And if you take a look at the EBITDA, okay, that's just basically tells you how profitable a company is. It is a quite profitable company. Okay, so a lot of people are really wanting to get out there and go camping. Okay, so if you can't travel, if you don't want to fly airplane, if you don't want to go on a cruise, then no problem. Then go out and go camping. But what are you gonna need if you go camping? You're gonna need camping equipment. Okay, taking a look at on the balance sheet. Okay, it looks like they have plenty of cash. Okay, so if you take a look at their total assets, it's approximately 3.2 million. Let's take a look at some of the Bollinger chart right now. Okay, so Bollinger chart is just basically tells you at what deviation the stock normally trades at, and right now it is a pretty decent time to buy. It is just at the Bollinger line. Taking a look at the P ratio, is trading at a really value. This is, in my opinion, still a value stock, definitely value stock, because the P ratio, price to earnings, is at a pretty low 14.98. Okay, and if we take a look at, let's see, if we take a look at finviz.com, finviz is another site that's extremely helpful in identifying different technical indicators for different stocks, and for the Camp World Holdings, the forward PEs at 6.62, which is pretty low. The price of sales is at 0.58. Okay, so the earnings per share this year is up 290%. Okay, that is insane. I think it's just going to continue to grow. I think they've made a lot of money this year, and I really think this company is a buy, especially for a leap option. So taking a look at the leap option on Robinhood, if you go into Robinhood, you can do trade CWH options. Okay, we're gonna set the expiration date first out to a year or more. So that would be January 2023. And we're gonna go deep in the money, which just means that it is below the share price. So you're gonna be able to buy this stock at a specific price, which is the strike price, in a year from now. And you want to make sure you know how much the stock needs to go up. Okay, and option strat will definitely help us with that. Okay, so if we look at some of the different options, I think right now some pretty good options would be just the 34.09 option, right? If you pay $1,012 per share, which every contract is 100 shares, then you're essentially paying $1,200 so that you can buy 100 shares of CWH in a year or more, or sorry, and buy or before January 2023 at $34.09. So that means the stock would only have to go up 5% for you to start realizing profit. And keep in mind, again, leap options you can sell really at any point. You don't have to hold until January of 2023. You can sell next week, next month, next year, whenever you are satisfied with the profit. And the other nice thing about leap options is that you can also sell covered calls. You don't necessarily have to buy 100 shares. Instead, you can buy a call option, which in other words is basically a poor man's covered call. Okay, we'll talk about this in another video. Okay, so taking a look at CWH on OptionStrat. Okay, so on OptionStrat, you go into OptionStrat, you type in your stock ticker, you set the expiration to January 2023, and you also set your call option to whatever price you were looking at. So in this case, it is 34.09. Okay, so 34.09. Okay, so take a look at this. Okay, so looking at this chart, you can kind of expand the chart range a little bit more. I do think it has more potential to run. So let's say the stock moves up by 0.5%. Okay, so basically, the stock goes up just a little bit from what it is right now. Okay, so at that point, you're basically going to earn, $16. Okay, so the stock has to move up 7%. Okay, so if it goes up to $47, then you would be up $264. Okay, so let's say the stock goes up. I actually have a really bullish target on this. I do think it's an $80 stock, but let's say it goes up to $60. Okay, so it moves up about 37% in a year. Okay, so that's definitely doable. There's companies that go up, 5, 10, 15% easily in one day. So 37% is definitely doable. If you look at this past year, so many companies, even taking a look at CWH this past year, let's see how much it is up already, right? It's up, 65%. So 30% is not a problem at all for companies like this, okay, with a low PE ratio, making a lot of money, and just selling a lot of camping equipment. Okay, so let's say it goes up just by 39%, then you would be up, 37%, then essentially you would be up about $1,400. Okay, so you would sell your leap option for a profit of about $1,400. Now let's say it keeps going up and it matches the same, to year-to-date earnings so far. And let's say it goes up another 64%. To $72, then you will be up $2,610 for this leap option. And then keep in mind, this is just on one contract. If you open 2 contracts, then you'll be up, 5,000 something. If you open 3 contracts, you'll be up 15,000, so on and so forth. Okay, so let's say it actually hits my price target of $81. Now CWH would be up by $3,500 per contract that you bought. Okay, so keep in mind, you pay $1,200 for this contract, but you will make a profit of $3,500 if it goes up to 85%. Okay, that's the power of leap options. You really are able to make a lot more money on a lot less cash. If you did buy CWH right now, you would have to pay $4,379, but instead you're paying $1,200 on this leap option. Okay, so that's just a deep dive into CWH. If you like my content, again, make sure you like, subscribe. Until next time, guys, I'll see you then.